What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Well, hope everybody's doing outstanding. We're coming off that new moon energy and kind of seeing where these big emotional directions can take us in life and what that story is going to be like and how to really build these foundations. Today's, definitely a little bit more serious, kind of like getting to work in a way for your personal life to come into order. But before I get started, please do sign up. It is just 2 days away. My class, what did I call it again? Oh yeah, Beginner to Reader Astrology course. It's starting on Friday, July 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and we're going to go through the very basics all the way to the most advanced stuff that I do. So it's going to be a very broad astrology school. It's only $100, and I know that no matter what level you're at, you're going to walk away feeling more confident reading your own chart or taking it to the next level and reading for others, or just utilizing this great tool that we have in a positive way for your own life. All right. Let's look at the horoscope for today. Sun's at 8 degrees. That's definitely bringing a seriousness. That's why it's kind of getting to work for this, inner pull to find this foundation in our life. We need to get serious about the things that we emotionally want, especially when it comes to our values. The moon's dignified in Cancer, and it's separating from that new moon energy. It's going to make a really nice sextile over to Uranus today and to that north node, but it's also square Chiron in Aries. And it's coming off, of course, that new moon square Jupiter. So there's it's this big inner pull that's very instinctual right now. It's trying to have people really follow their intuition and not just what I really don't think, especially with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius and Pluto finishing up in Capricorn, I got to be honest, it's not this traditional way. I think we can want to ground ourselves in some form of tradition, but it's more about the tradition to be truly unique within your own sense of value right now and to really be able to switch things up for that. And it's almost like you find comfort right now by doing things differently. It's like you see the insight, you see the innovation, you can see the future that way in ways that maybe you weren't expecting before. And I think Venus and Mercury here in Gemini are really down for this, especially Venus coming off that sextile to Jupiter. They're down for the curiosity. It's all about trying things in the moment, being present, and really what you feel, and then having an understanding of your feelings, and then pushing forward with what this can open up in your life. It can be very positive. Of course, Mars and Pluto are starting to make their square much more intense for the rest of this week. We have a lot of big desires right now about where we're ultimately trying to go, what this mountain looks like that we're trying to climb. And as long as our foundation's good, as long as we can get serious about what we really want emotionally and what we can create and how we can switch things up, we got this. It's a very empowering time for the ones who are following something that isn't from a media outlet, to be completely honest. In your personal life what's going to make your personal life go to the next tier. And I think that this is a really big moment today to realize that as long as you're serious about the things that make your life better, they can come. It's like a step-by-step process, but it's dedicate yourself to the feeling of the future that you want to create by being in the now moment and being curious about what little tweaks or little pivots or little twists and turns you can take to get there. Because there's something about feeling gosh, I still don't know, or in some kind of a identification limbo with your best, highest self right now, when really it's the little tweak that's just going to catapult you to that level and really bring in the right relationships, really bring in the right opportunities in life. It's such an opportunistic time because if you think about it, with so much potential being out there for you to create, you just have to take advantage of the opportunity that you do have to make those starts in life and to really identify with something deep within that is bringing you stability and is really giving you a strong sense of worth, value, and comfort without hiding under the comfort of some blanket or some, just staying secluded or isolated right now. It's really about being able to feel comfortable leaving the castle for something new and pressing forward with power right now, because there's so much amplified power. It's just about using your intuition mixed with your logic to define what that looks like in your life and to stay stimulated with change. I know we've all gone through a lot of change, but this is really starting some powerful mutation if we are willing to make the little tweaks and turns in our life right now for something of a higher standard of what we really feel within us. And, it can feel definitely like things are, it's almost, I think that we can all kind of feel like we have to make these calls for ourselves, but at the same time we don't, because it feels like the universe is just getting ready to take things away naturally. And it already has been, at least in my life, like naturally things just keep getting plucked away. And I think we can be scared of that or fearful of like these things. But gosh, every time something does get plucked away, it's this big door that's opening that you just have to, be fearless to walk through. And that's where there's more value. And I think today's a good example of, accepting and welcoming a different route into your life, especially if it's something you've already been feeling, or it's something that's coming through, grabbing you in a very powerful but embracing way, where there's a little fear built into it, but if you are able to embrace that fear and just give it not even another shot, but give it that extra effort today to go into that a little bit more, you'll see that it's, one, not as scary as you thought, and two, it's giving you a way stronger base to know that change is just opening up these big doors. And there's a lot of positivity that can come from that. Mercury is in square to Juno, Jupiter's wife, of course. So, gosh, I just think we're having to really come to an understanding about, I think, freedom too when it comes to relationships, and also that we can unconditionally love a lot of things in our life or people in our life too. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, they're an exciting fit or the valuable fit in our lives. And it's not about, I guess, putting people down at all. It's just about knowing your worth and not putting blame on other people, but accepting what you know is true for you. Having, talks of just, I don't think there should be any boundaries right now when it comes to what needs to be said to have better. And that goes both ways in relationships. But it's almost like there is this a little it's hard to completely understand what the universe has in store for you, but you can tell by the signs and the synchronicities, and even just alchemically within yourself, by looking at both sides, what makes sense both spiritually and factually, and how you can really find that deep power to push forward and to initiate the change in your life based on how you're truly feeling. Let's see what the tarot has to say about all that. That moon's still out of bounds today too, so it's very Uranian with the moon sextile Uranus and the moon out of bounds. You're gonna find so much creativity in the odd route that doesn't feel comfortable, because it's accelerating you in a really positive way, and there's a lot to build off of, and there's a lot to feel and embrace in that uncertainty, which is kind of it almost doesn't make sense. To be honest, it feels even a little cryptic when I say it. Seven of Wands upright. It's time to take higher ground in life for your creative, outlets. I think that this card does bring up kind of a competitive nature, and with Mars square Pluto, there is a little bit of that with Aries and Capricorn. It's not about competing against other people either, but it's definitely compete with yourself for what's going to be more sturdy and what's better just within yourself, and really find that confidence to use that energy to, create and really fend off energy in life that doesn't, want you to, or is trying to hold you back. from that. The Three of Swords in reverse, because yeah, I think that standing your ground right now does get you out of situations that are leaving you feeling a little broken, a little like hurt, you know? Like, I think that there's a big mental shift here of really finding what you're made of. And I think that that's very empowering, and I think that it's blocking a lot of that negativity that could be trying to find you. And the Lover's card, upright. I think that this is really like a new sense of self-love in a lot of individuals right now, and I think that that's going to vibrate out to partnerships, and I think that it's also just helping people realize you can do and build a foundation of life based on what you really love. And it's okay to pivot for that. It's okay to make changes for that. And it's as long as you're holding that love in your heart for yourself, it's going to come back in different ways. And I think that being able to change but hold your ground for the best things and to really put yourself on that pedestal, you know, someone else is going to put you on that pedestal too. Or having those unions that are really feeling twin-like is very important today too. If energy isn't like a hell yes and bringing that twin-like energy, is it leaving you heartbroken, and is it taking you away from holding your higher position in life? I think that relationships are at a point right now too, just collectively, where they have to go into a new way of relating and not be so attached to some type of label or some type of societal influence, but really just the deeper soul connection that's there. But yeah. All right. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. And please check out that school, Beginner to Reader. Starts on Friday. I cannot wait to do that class with you all. It will be live on Zoom. And if you can't make the live classes, they will be on the website for anybody who becomes a member of my school. So they're never going to go away. If you can catch the lives, that's great, because there'll be some time for questions and answers and dialogue there. But if not, there's going to be so much content too. So appreciate you all. Have a great day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Much love. Peace.